Hello everybody, welcome to part 56, not 55, of Let's Play Pokemon White. And after a nice refreshing drink of a beverage consisting of coconut water and aloe juice and also mangosteen and mango, a pretty interesting combination, I am ready to start this video game. Yes, I know it's a weird combination, but to tell you the truth, I know some people are kind of skeptical about drinks that are supposedly healthier than sodas and other types of things, but remember, this is the reason why I'm not overweight, okay? But that kind of sounded wrong anyway, of me to say anyway, and I do apologize if I did sound wrong by saying that. But since I'm so paranoid about keeping my Pokemon in tip-top shape as well, I gotta use a Soda Pup on Starman because he lost a lot of HP in that battle against a Watchog that used Hyper Fang on him. And since we no longer are under the effects of Repel, wild Golets and such can pop out at any point, so I'm gonna switch to Ultros because he can actually take care of those things pretty well. Let's actually see what the Sage has to say first. The hero will open up the way to a new world. Yeah, the same thing that he said before. Never mind then. Let's see what's at the top. Whoa. This music is ominous. This is really reminding me of a similar moment in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl when I reached the top of the top of Mount Coronet and got to the Spear Pillar. This area is totally reminding me of the Spear Pillar. I'm gonna save again just because I'm so paranoid about something dangerous happening. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna save. I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared. They said there was gonna be, what, a legendary Pokemon at the top of this tower? Oh my gosh. Ah! Yikes! There's an exclamation point on top of my head, and there's Nittler! Yikes! Whoa, look at this fancy 3D cutscene, and there's Reshiram, the great white dragon! I guess that was the legendary that was supposed to be on top of this tower, which makes sense because this is Pokemon White. It has to be Reshiram, right? It's the White Yang Pokemon, Zekrom being the Black Yin Pokemon. That's what I really like about this Pokemon game, is that it really emphasized the concept of duality, which is a really important spiritual concept I believe in, and it's essential to Taoism as well. What do you think, Minerva? How do you like the beautiful form of the Pokemon who appears before and fights beside the hero that will lead the way to a new world? You're assuming that you are the hero, Anne? I beg to differ. As far as last I recalled, I'm the protagonist of this game, not you. Now, Reshiram and I will head to the Pokemon League and defeat the champion. This will be the last of the Pokemon battles that hurt Pokemon so. A world for Pokemon alone. It's finally going to be a reality. Uh-oh, this does not look good. And Reshiram, what the heck are you doing? Are you actually obeying, Anne? If you want to stop me, you must become a hero as well. That's right. When Reshiram's counterpart, Zekrom, recognizes you, we will finally be even, and then you could try to stop us. And why are you even giving me that hint? You're kind of a stupid villain for giving me hints like that. The real villain doesn't give you hints like that, according to the Evil Overlord list. Well, what will you do? And doesn't really strike me as an Evil Overlord anyway, and you'll see what I mean later on. Well, what will you do? My prediction. If the future that I see is true, you will meet Zekrom. The Pokemon will, with you, believe in you so strongly. Will you be the one who interferes with my formula for changing the world? Why are you even saying things like this, Anne? This is seriously why this game is directed at little kids, because it's supposed to be all happy and all, and it depicts these villains as being stupid for revealing their weaknesses and all. If you want to protect the bonds between Pokemon and people, you must search for Zekrom. I'm sure it is waiting for you in the form of the Darkstone. Not the Duskstone, the Darkstone. The two are quite different. I guess it shouldn't even be called the Blackstone. And look, he's flying away on Reshiram? How did he even gain Reshiram's trust? It's not really clear at this point, is it? Reshiram, you idiot, why did you obey N? You're supposed to be this legendary god. Why are you obeying an idiot like N? Unless he has the Lightstone or something. Maybe that's why. Maybe those dark and light stones are like the blue and red orbs in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, which control Kyogre and Groudon. So maybe these would control Reshiram and Zekrom as well. Maybe it's like that. Minerva, did you see what flew off just now? Yes, it was Reshiram. How could this happen? Why? That was that guy Ed, right? Why was he with the legendary Pokemon? You tell me, Sharon. That is a very interesting question. Why is the legendary Pokemon with an idiot like Ed? He couldn't really be the hero, could he? Also, did I hear him tell you to search for the other legendary Pokemon? I think he did. Calm down. First we go back. It's more important to decide what to do next than to analyze what just happened. Yeah, good point, Bryson. I don't even know if I needed to use a soda pop on Starman, because Bryson's probably going to heal our Pokemon anyway, or take us to a convenient location right near a Pokemon Center. Astounding! I never would have imagined the legendary Dragon-type Pokemon would return now. That guy called N. Team Plasma's boss apparently reawakened the legendary Pokemon. He told Minerva to look for the other legendary Pokemon, then flew away. Huh? These two are they're two legendary Dragon-type Pokemon? Yes there are. Who said, it's a question mark, question mark, question mark. Who's question mark, question mark, question mark? I'm afraid. I'm really afraid. Oh my gosh, who is it? Oh, it's Alder! I can tell by his awesome theme. Why, if it isn't Alder, it's been a while. Have you been well? No time for chit-chat. That fearsome column of fire that shot from the tower. That Pokemon has the power to destroy the world. If it's on Team Plasma's side and Team Plasma tells everyone to release their Pokemon. No matter whether it comes from fear or admiration, the world can't help but change. It will become a world where they are separated from Pokemon. Right. Moreover, the boss of Team Plasma and who awakened Reshiram apparently said to look for the other Pokemon Zekrom. If I remember the myth, Reshiram's fiery breath, along with the other Pokemon, devastated ancient Unova in instance. Even knowing that, and is still wanting to awaken the other. Huh? Isn't it dangerous to bring back a Pokemon that powerful? Yeah, one who destroyed entire worlds, and you probably didn't even pay attention to that from me just singing all the parts that Alder did. I guess I'm just making everything Alder says into an opera or something, right? Miss, you are a very kind person. Still, I don't know if other Pokemon will be able to stand up to it. Because no matter what, it is a legendary being. I don't like the idea of taking orders from N. But searching for the dragon, the stone might not be a bad plan. We certainly can't let Team Plasmia reawaken both of them. Because when Teams Magma and Aqua tried to use their Blue and the Redstone combination last time, and Emerald especially, then they caused a giant catastrophe that only Rayquaza could save, right? Since I've traveled all over Unova, I have an idea of where it might be. Let's head to the Relic Castle, Minerva, everyone, I'm going. The Relic Castle? You mean that castle that we couldn't really get past earlier because there was so much sand? Do you want us to go there? I see. We'll leave that to you. I go to investigate inside the tower. Hopefully I'll find something. And since it wasn't Alder who was talking, I decided to not sing. Then I will go with you. Okay. I guess. I think I understand better now. Being able to do something for Pokemon, for somebody at a time like this, is strength. I'm sure of it. Oh, Sharon, you finally get the answer, do you? You finally know what being strong is all about. It's about being courageous. It's about standing up to any challenges that might come to you. You finally get it, Sharon. That is like the message that every other video game tries to hammer into your head, right? And my strength is something that is given to me by Pokemon. Okay, champion, let's hurry! Okay, and Sharon is going with Alder to train, I guess. Minerva, this has turned into a big deal. So confusing, I don't know what to do. Are you going to go to the Relic Castle, Minerva? Past Route 4, Vanessa Resort, I hear that's where the Relic Castle is. I know because I've been there before. And that's where I caught a Yamask. So are we supposed to head all the way back to the Relic Castle? Gee, that's gonna take a long time. And moreover, I'm gonna have to take Sickness out of PC because he's the only one of my Pokemon who can use Fly. Although if I really wanted to, I can teach Iago how to use Fly as well, because now that he's in Archeops, I can actually learn Fly. In fact, I'm probably gonna do just that, because Acrobatics is a pretty good move, but to tell you the truth, I don't really like the possibility of... I don't really like the fact that he has to not be holding an item in order to use that item well. In order to use that move well, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really ambivalent of having Iago learn Fly. I mean, Acrobatics, if the user is not holding an item, does 110 damage, and Fly does 90 damage and is 95% accurate. And Fly also has 15 PP, and Iago already has insanely high attack power. Yeah, Iago has an attack power of 105, so that's like a lot of attack. So I don't think a really significant reduction in his power is really going to matter that much. And if nothing else, I think I have a TM for acrobatics, so I could just switch between the two, although I might have to use the move deleter in Mistleton City if I want to do that. But no matter, I'm just gonna teach Iago to use fly. I'm not gonna bother taking out Cygnus. So if I can find my TM for fly, or my HM for fly, it's not a TM, it's an HM. The two are quite different. Although there really is a less clear distinction between HMs and TMs in this game, because TMs can be used on limited times too, and Iago is the only Pokemon in my party that can learn Fly. That's appropriate, because he's the only flying type. So I'm gonna forget acrobatics, as I described earlier, or maybe I didn't, I don't know. And I don't know why he even knows agility. I don't know why he even knows that, because Iago was already fast due to his timid nature. I'm kind of surprised because now his speed is higher than his attack, which is kind of surprising because usually Archeops is higher attack than speed. But since Iago has a timid nature, that does make sense though, doesn't it? So let's have Iago fly to Nimbasa City, I guess. I guess that's the closest town to the Relic Castle. Although I could have visited Castelia City, because if I had flown to Castelia City, I would have walked right past Berg's gym, and I would have liked to visit Berg again. I still cannot get over Berg, I'm telling you. But, to be honest, I don't have time to waste away on petty crushes right now. I have a mission to embark on. I have to save the world, damn it! So, my crush on Berg will have to wait until later, unfortunately. But for now, let's just head to the Relic Castle and hope that we don't encounter any wild Pokemon along the way. There's a vending machine, but I'm not going to buy any drinks from it until later. And I don't think we'll have to encounter any battles in the Relic Castle anyway. And we don't even have to walk through a lot of sand or encounter any wild Pokemon. We didn't even encounter any wild Pokemon that time, and my voice is starting to hurt, even though I drank some of that weird beverage I told you about at the beginning of this video beforehand. Yeah. But let's go into the Relic Castle, if I can remember which way the Relic Castle is. Now, the Pokemon statues that are in front of the Relic Castle, I guess I might as well mention this while it's here. Is these Pokemon statues? Oh, here we go. Give the Rage Candy Bar to the Pokemon statue? I don't know if this will do anything. Let me save the game first, just so that I don't have to waste the Rage Candy Bar. But I think this will actually trigger a special Pokemon to appear. And I might be able to catch it, actually. But since I don't have any Pokemon since I don't have my false swipe team route, for instance, I don't know if I'm going to try to catch this Pokemon. I think I might either include it in the next part of this video, or as an extra video or something, or I just might head back here really quick and get out my false swiping team. But first I gotta really quickly see if this does in fact trigger the appearance of a wild Pokemon. Let's see if it does. The ancient Pokemon statue responded to the Rage Candy Bar. The Pokemon was a sleeping Darmanitan! Darmanitan being the evolved form of Darumaka. The awakened Darmanitan attacked! Yeah, it is a wild encounter, apparently. Yeah, I guess it's just a plain Darmanitan or something? But this Darmanitan actually has a different ability than normal Darmanitans do. Its ability is Zen Mode, and that'll allow it to switch it to a mode where it'll actually have much higher special attack than attack. Because normally Darmanitan have much higher attack than special attack, as Burning Man did at the beginning. But I don't want to have to battle this Darmanitan when I don't have my false swiping team in action, but I don't know, maybe if I use Nightshade a couple of times, then I'll get lucky and he's using Belly Drum. I might actually accidentally KO this Darmanitan if I'm not careful, but I don't know what's gonna happen. Well, Darmanitan's HP is in the red zone. I guess there's his Zen Mode activating. There's Darmanitan's Zen Mode. This is this mode that'll have higher special attack than attack, and I guess it triggers when he's at low HP or something? I don't know when it triggers, but I'm going to use an Ultra Ball and hope that it catches this Darmanitan. I don't know if it will, but hopefully it will. This will be a really good time for the critical capture to activate. I don't know how tricky Darmanitan are to capture, but that Pokemon caught it. Well, unfortunately, I don't know what nickname I can give to a Darmanitan, because this is another male Darmanitan, and I already have a male Darumaka. So I can't name him Burning Man, but what else can I name him? Well, his ability is Zen Mode. I never even thought about catching this Darmanitan. I never even expected that to happen. So what'll I name him? But actually, I think since usually I have a habit of naming Pokemon after a trainer who uses them, I might change this name later, but just for the sake of him having a nickname, because I don't want to catch Pokemon without a nickname. I got a nickname in Blaine after a Fire-type gym leader back in Kanto, so I just defeated one of the Zen Mode Darmanitans, but there are others, so there's that. Unfortunately, that Darmanitan didn't... Stop, Minerva! What, Sharon? Stop, Minerva! Going into that castle is too dangerous. That's the interest of the Relic Castle. You're impressive, Minerva, making it here before I did. And even catching a Darmanitan before I can get in there. Dealing with the Desert Resort's Pokemon took longer than I would have thought. Pokemon? What Pokemon? I got through here without even encountering any wild Pokemon. Do you not know how to go around the sand? You're dumber than I thought. I only made it all the way out there thanks to my Pokemon. Ultra went on ahead. Let's hurry. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know where Ultra's gonna be specifically, especially since we can't really get very far in this Relic Castle, although maybe we can. Maybe they'll make an exception to us or something? Yeah, I guess we can. That guy is not warning of us about there being too much sand in here, so maybe that means we can actually encounter some of the wild Pokemon at this lower level. That'd be kind of exciting. But here's one of the 7 sages? What's one of the 7 sages doing here? And it's a sage named Iago. That's an interesting name, very Japanese-sounding name. Guess has told us that once again we should test how much power you have. We will see if you can defeat Team Plasma. Uh-oh, is this a battle? No, I guess it isn't a battle, but there are a bunch of Team Plasma grunts we have to deal with. Well, gee, I didn't expect to have to be dealing with this many Team Plasma grunts. I guess it's a good thing I still have my battling team out, and I still have Ultros first in my party? Well, maybe, hopefully Ultros can handle this upcoming battle. Maybe. I've heard about you. I've heard you work Pokemon hard. Okay, that sounded like it could be a euphemism for something else, but I'm not gonna argue about that too much. Zoe's sending out a Watchog, but the last Watchog that I had Ultros battle didn't even know any non-normal attacks. So hopefully that's true of this Watchog too, and I can just defeat this thing effortlessly, so let's see what happens. No, he's just drawing us Watchog and setting out Crocodile? Seriously? Somebody who's gonna be weak against water attacks? Yeah, very bright, Team Plasma, very bright. Your Crocorock just got one-shotted thanks to the stupid mistake you just made. And Ultros got to level 39, yay. And here's another Crocorock. I'm actually going to switch to Carvel just because I'm afraid of that Crocorock using a dark attack on it. I didn't know he had another Crocorock, but yeah. Is Carvel going to be faster than this Crocorock just like she was with a couple of others? Yeah, that's kind of weird. I did not expect Carvel to be faster than some of these Crocoroks. Because Crocoroks are usually fast, and Carvel is pretty slow, so I was kind of surprised. And there's that Watchog that Team Plasma Grunt had earlier, so I'm going to send Ultros back out. That Watchog to know some better attacks, like Confuse Ray or Hypnosis or Punch or something, but I guess it doesn't. If those Team Plasma grunts are dumb, they don't know how to train their Pokemon. But I guess we have to fall into this quicksand to proceed further in this Relic Castle. I didn't even know we could proceed further in this Relic Castle and before we defeat the Elite Four. I totally didn't know that. So maybe, if I'm lucky, But yeah, there are wild Crocoroks in this Relic Castle, so that's the other interesting thing about this Relic Castle. Herp-a-derp-derp. I don't know what else to say. Maybe I'll have Ultros battle this one. I don't know. Maybe I will. Yeah, I will. And it's just going to use Embargo, so it's not even going to use a Dark Attack on Ultros. And based on my experience with previous Crocoroks, this will be a one-hit KO, right? And Ultros is getting pretty close to level 40, and that did not one-hit KO the Crocorock, but it did make it confused, so at least that's something. And it's just using Embargo again? Wow, that Crocorock was just giving the battle to us, isn't it? Yeah, maybe I should just keep Ultros out, because Ultros will evolve on the next level up, and here's another Team Plasma Grunt we have to fight anyway, so let's fight it. I really want to see what Ultros evolves into anyway, and I know we're at 20 minutes, so I'm probably going to have to stop the video after this battle anyway. So Ultros is probably not going to evolve in this video, but hopefully in the next video he might, and it's a Scraggy. Never mind, I'm going to have to switch out because that Scraggy probably knows Dark Attacks. Although, I don't know, I'm gonna take my chance. I'm gonna bet that he doesn't know any... That it doesn't know any dark attacks, and that it tries to use a fighting type attack or something. So let's use Water Pulse and see what happens. No, it's using Payback. And I totally did not expect Ultros to be faster than Scraggy. I'm gonna have to switch out. Let's see, I'm gonna switch to... I guess Iago, since that's the only Pokemon I really know to use against Scraggy. Yeah, now we defeated Scraggy, and I'm gonna have to use a healing item on Ultros after this battle. Okay, never mind, here's a Watchog. I could just switch to Ultros and have him use Recover in the battle. Because I know that Watchog isn't gonna be able to do anything to Ultros. The Watchog KO'd itself in its confusion. I just love it when Pokemon do that, and Ultros is almost at level 40. But unfortunately, we are at 22 minutes, although maybe I'll try to encounter a wild Pokemon, because this might be something that Ultros might be able to defeat. Yeah, it's another Krokorok. Yeah, so I think after Ultros defeats this Krokorok, then he'll evolve to Jellicent. Then he'll evolve to something else, and I totally almost gave away the name of the Pokemon he's going to evolve to, right? But let's have him use a Water Pulse, and that Krokorok is just going to use Scary Face, which is not going to matter because Ultros is already slow. But I don't know, maybe it's not level 40 when Ultros evolves, maybe it's level 41. I keep getting the suspicion that it's level 41 instead of 40, I don't know why that is. Yeah, Krokorok, you just keep not attacking Ultros. Yeah, I don't know why I'm having Ultros battle this Krokorok yet, because it's probably not going to evolve. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and yay, Ultros got to level 40. But stay tuned for part 57, I now know, of Let's Play Pokemon White, and this is the last... Hey, Ultros is evolving! Hey, I was right the first time, what do you know? Frillish does evolve at level 40. Yeah, I have a hard time remembering what levels these Pokemon evolve at. But let's see what Ultros evolves into, and after this evolution, I'm going to stop the video. This is Jellicent, the bane of competitive battling. Jellicent is really common in competitive battling, and there actually is one attack that I think I should teach this Jellicent just while I'm at it, and that attack is Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp is a really good attack for Jellicent to have, just because it really helps him with his defenses and all, and especially when used in common with Recover. But I'm going to teach that to him later. Right now I want to save the game, and this is the last part I want to record in a while. So stay tuned, everybody, for part 57 of Let's Play Pokemon White, where we will explore more of the Relic Castle and see what Alder wanted to talk about.